finds a way.
Hi, CLATT! You guys see how hectic my life has become? I don't even have time to film a video at home. I have to film it at work. Okay, so today I want to talk about a topic that kind of hits home. So today I want to talk about post-travel depression. I'm kind of stealing this video idea from another travel YouTuber. Her name's Kristen Sarah. You guys should really check out her channel. She's really cool. She's really awesome. Her videos are awesome. And she made a video about this like a little while back, and I just watched it recently, and I was like, wow, I've been dealing with this since I've started traveling, and so I wanted to talk about it and see maybe if other people that watch my videos relate to this, because I know a lot of you guys travel yourselves. So what is post-travel depression? I'll tell you guys what it is to me from my perspective and how I can relate it to you guys, to maybe people who haven't traveled that often. Think about it as kind of like, you know when you graduate a class or when you finish a school year, you kind of have that feeling in the back of your head that's like sick, summer break, but at the same time it's like, oh, I'm gonna kind of miss all my friends from school and all the fun stuff we did. That's the closest thing I could relate it to somebody who hasn't traveled like avidly. But to somebody who has, it's this really terrible feeling. There's no way to explain because I didn't know what was gonna happen. And the first time it happened to me, I was just like, what's going on? I think I'm dying. So the first time it happened to me was actually when I went on my Africa trip. It was like the first major trip that I ever did in my life. I went completely by myself to Africa for 2 weeks. I experienced new cultures. I experienced new people from all around the world. I made some like lifelong friends, amazing people I met. Plus the fact that like being in Africa itself was like a lifelong dream for my life, and going on safari through the several countries that we went to was like, it was like a dream that I've dreamt of my entire life. When you come home and you talk to your other friends, and you know and you're trying to like relate to the stuff you just experienced to the people you know back home, it's nobody understands. I can't explain it otherwise. It just feels like you're alone. So anyways, why I feel so synonymous specifically with it right now at the moment is because I just came back from, the new guys on the channel, I just came back from a 7-month trip to Israel, where I also went to New York before. I went to Israel, and then I went to London on the way back. And I mean, this was the longest I've ever been gone from home. It's the longest I went without seeing my parents or my close friends. It wasn't necessarily a culture shock because I've already experienced Israel before because I used to live there, and my parents are Israeli, so the culture was like kind of embedded in me already. But oh, I think someone's coming in the store. But the most shocking part was just the sheer amount of time that I was gone. That's what drove me crazy. It was like, there was a side of me that really wanted to come home, and at the same time, there was a side of me that was like, never wanted to go back. And just to give you new guys a little look back at what this trip was, here's a millisecond from almost every day during the trip. And so as you can see, I was climbing mountains, and I was diving, I was exploring forests and seeing wildlife, and it was just these crazy adventures. And so now let's talk about coming back. So towards the end of the trip, I was actually doing the Israel National Trail. But as I was on the trail, I was kind of in the back of my head trying to rush through the trail just because I wanted to come home so badly. When I came back home, all these promises I made in the back of my head, and all these promises I told my friends where we were like, we're gonna go on trips, and we're gonna start diving and surfing and doing all this stuff. When I actually got back home, there's no way to understand what it is. I mean, I've never experienced actual depression before, but I guess this is the closest thing I could relate to. I didn't feel like getting up in the morning. I didn't feel like eating healthy. And I'm a person who's been struggling with weight loss for a really long time. I gained like 10-15 pounds back from all the weight loss that I lost like a while ago, just because I just wanted to sit down in a chair and not do anything. There's something weird about sleeping in places you don't really know, and in uncomfortable spots for like a while. Like I slept in a hammock some nights, I slept out in the nature some nights, I slept on the floor, sometimes I didn't even have a bed, I was just sleeping on the ground. I mean, there was 3 or 4 days during the trip where I slept on a dirty mattress outside of a bar. And then there's just like, you go back home and you're sleeping on a bed, blankets, and air conditioning, and then like this just adds on to the feeling of like, whoa. And honestly, this has happened to me after every single trip I've been on. The shorter ones, not so much, because I don't have as much time to think about it and I don't make as many memories. But I mean, there's been some short trips that I love them so much that when I got back home, I was like, ugh, just take me back there. I don't want to be here. But anyways, now I've been back for almost like 3 months. I'm obviously feeling a lot better. I'm not feeling as sad. Obviously, there's still something calling me back to wanting to go on like an actual true adventure, because I just feel like your life back home is so stagnant. There's nothing moving. It's just, ugh. But obviously, it's not realistic to be like on the road 24/7. A, because I don't got that cash flow, and also, you know, you can't build relationships and keep your friendships open for a long time if you're doing that. It's just not possible. So you gotta have the balance between the two, which I'm learning how to start balancing right now. So anyways guys, that's my video about post-travel depression. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope some of you guys can relate to it, and if you can't, I hope it's a little warning sign to you guys who are thinking about going on the road. Remember, it's always actually worth traveling to deal with this post-travel depression, because that's just a little side effect. It's the best addiction on the planet is to travel. If you're gonna get addicted to something, do it to travel, because you'll probably spend the same amount of money smoking cigarettes over your lifetime or drinking coffee. Maybe not. Maybe don't quote me on that. Alright guys, I will see you next time I make a video. I love you long, long, long time. Bye, clats.